How are things going so far?
Everything's great. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
There you are. Basically, you know, WrestleMania is the biggest thing of the year. You've been to plenty. Is there one memory that sticks out more than another for you?
I think that the one that's really important to me, of course, WrestleMania 3 in front of 27,000 people. I had 3 big matches on that, which was great. But WrestleMania 1's the one that's really important to me, because if that had not been successful, we probably wouldn't be sitting here now, you know, because they banked the farm on that one. But I had Greg the Hammer Valentine and King Kong Bundy on that show, but it was great.
Now, a lot of times in wrestling now, there's not many managers.
Right.
Would you want to get back into managing a couple WWE superstars that are in the game right now? Is there any people that you'd like to do?
Well, so many of them are so good, but you know, back in our era, everything was very colorful. You know, Jimmy Hart had the colorful megaphone, the colorful jackets. Now a lot of the wrestlers are great in the ring, but they're not real flashy, but that's okay. You know, things change. So I'm afraid that if I adapted to them, I'd probably have to wear the black suit and the tie. And Dick Clark always told me something. He said, Jimmy, remember this. Back when I had the group, the Gentrys, back before I got into wrestling, if you dress like the audience, one day you're going to wind up sitting in the audience. So that's why I'd like to stand out a little bit.
That's a great thing.
Give the people their money's worth.
Exactly. And with your musical background, who in music now do you respect or would love to do music with? Like someone like Lady Gaga, or some of the people that have been around, and like the Paul McCartneys that are still doing it, kind of thing.
Well, you know what? There's that little girl on YouTube. Come Friday.
Oh,
Friday.
Rebecca Black.
Yeah. But you know what I was going to tell you though. But hey baby, how you doing? All right, man. I love this guy. This guy keeps everybody alive on the pictures. But what I was going to tell you was, there's so many of them. But I'm old school. I like the Bon Jovis. I like. I love watching American Idol now for Steven Tyler. I love their music. Steely Dan. I love Steely Dan. I've always loved Steely Dan. Sade. What a mixture I've got on everything.
Totally.
You know? But it's just so many groups. But you know, coming from the Gentrys and having a million seller and doing it, I've always loved the music stuff. I really have.
Now, for American Idol, do you have a favorite yet? For one of the kids?
Well, you know, I look at it different. The girl that's about 20-something years old, black-headed, she's got probably a great voice, but I don't know if she's going to be that marked because she's a little older.
Right.
The African-American gentleman, the guy on the very end, he's got the best voice of all.
Yeah.
But he might kind of be like the Ruben Studdard thing. It might be hard to really promote him because, you know what, I hate to say it, but sometimes it's about the music. But sometimes if people see the way you look sometimes and you don't really look hip or rock and roll or whatever, that hurts you more than having the song out.
Right. And then the Rebecca Black thing, Friday song, that's kind of exploded into its own thing. So.
And the more they knock it, the more they're going to play it.
Exactly. And it's also a special time for you because HBK is going into the Hall of Fame, and Sexy Boy is going to be playing, and has had a life of its own. So when you were writing that, did you bring Sean in and like tell him we're going to do this, this, and this, or you just wrote it for him and you were like, this is awesome, here you go?
Well, originally we did it for Scary Sherry, Sensational Sherry.
Oh, right,
singing.
right.
Then when she left, then I took Sean in. They said, we put Sean's voice on it. He didn't even sing before. But over 20 years ago, we went in and we did it, and he's played it ever since. The Road Warriors, you know, we took Hawk in one of the big trucks and let him go, whoa, what a rush. We did that for him. Hacksaw Jim Duggan's song. So a lot of the theme songs we wrote through the years, and they still playing them, which I'm very grateful.
And then I'm sure you've heard every possible question ever. Is there something that your fans might not know about you that you'd like to tell them, or do they know everything?
Well, you know, I think the fans, buddy, let me tell you, you can't get anything over on the, especially now with Twitter and everything happening. I came off the plane the other day and some people were there for autograph. We took pictures. They asked me a couple of questions. I repeated it. It was on Twitter that night. Jimmy Hart said this, this, and this. Man, I'm saying, whoa, buddy, you better be careful.
Do you have a Twitter yourself?
No, I don't Twitter, don't twat, don't MySpace, my face, my whatever. I'm old school. I don't have
probably
anything.
A good thing. It's probably a good thing.
I can't get in trouble.
And Sunday, there's plenty of matches to look forward to. Which is the match that you're going to be just so focused on this
Well,
Sunday?
you know, Triple H, Undertaker's going to be great. Lawler, Michael Cole, you know, a lot of sentiment with me running on that one. Because
A lot of people thought that you were going to join Lawler. Would you?
Well, you never know.
There's still
now.
time, maybe.
It's still time. Bell hadn't rung yet, baby. I got the megaphone.
I know someone needs to be hit with a megaphone.
Well,
I think this Sunday.
It ain't WrestleMania if somebody gets hit. With
Exactly.
And, but I'm looking forward to The Miz and John Cena, of course, because The Rock's kind of stirred into that picture too. And you got Snooki from Jersey Shore. She's going to be running around involved. So it's going to be great. I'm very excited about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jimmy. I
Thank you.
appreciate
You
it.
kidding me?